Hello friends, I welcome you all. This is Dr. Gajanan Zada. In this video, we are going to study about metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. In earlier first video, we have already studied about field effect transistor. So this is the second video where we'll be talking about metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Here is the content of this video. As I told you that we are going to study about metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, that is MOSFET. So first of all we will study what is MOSFET, then we will study types of MOSFET, construction and working of MOSFET, characteristics of MOSFET and the special features of MOSFET. So this is the content of this video. So let us start with the MOSFET. Now what is the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor? The working principle and properties of JFET, which is one of the family member of field effect transistor, is based on the fact that due to the reverse bias at PN junction, a depletion region will be created which alters the channel resistors, and ultimately the current will be flowing through the junction field effect transistor. The other member of this particular family which has gone ahead of this particular junction field effect transistor in terms of its applications, and this particular member is called as insulated gate type field effect transistor, that is IGFET, which is widely known as metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So MOSFET is one of the family member of FET, also known as insulated gate FET or IGFET, which is ahead of JFET in terms of applications. The MOSFET derives its name from the fact that the metal gate is insulated by a very thin oxide layer from the semiconducting channel. Now, what are the types of MOSFET? There are two basic forms of the MOSFET. They are according to the way in which they operate, and those, that is MOSFET, is divided basically into its two types. The first one, that is enhancement MOSFET, and the second one, that is depletion MOSFET. Now, what is the principle of MOSFET? On which principle this metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor works? So MOSFET works on the principle that the thickness, so that the resistance of conducting channel, see, thickness so that it will affect the resistance of that conducting channel, and hence the resistance of a semiconducting material can be controlled by a transverse electric field across an insulating layer deposited on the semiconducting material. So this is the fundamental difference between MOSFET and BJT. If you want to differentiate metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor and BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor, then this is the fundamental difference between these two. Now let us study one by one. So first of all, we are going to study the first type of this metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, and that is enhancement MOSFET. If you look at this particular figure, then this is the construction of P channel. A typical sketch of P channel enhancement MOSFET is shown in this particular figure. It consists of a lightly doped substance of N-type. This N-type substrate, silicon. On the N-type substrate, two heavily P regions are diffuse. These are two heavily P regions are diffuse. So one of the two of these P regions, one is known as a drain and other is known as a source. So these regions are separated, these two regions are separated by 10 raised to power minus 5 meter to 2 into 10 raised to power minus 5 meter, and a layer of insulating silicon dioxide is grown over the surface. So two small holes are drilled through the silicon dioxide so that metallic contacts can be made with the source and the drain. Then a thin layer of metal aluminum is formed over the layer of that silicon dioxide. So the metal layer covers the entire channel region and it forms the gate, that is G. Here as I told you, two heavily doped P regions, that is this one and this one, are diffused in the substrate. So one region is source and another, that is drain. The separation between these two regions is in the order of 10 raised to minus 5 meter, and a thin layer of insulating silicon dioxide layer is grown over the surface. Then a thin layer of aluminum is covered over silicon dioxide and a metallic contacts are made, that is for source, gate and the drain. So this is how this particular P-channel enhancement MOSFET is constructed. P-channel enhancement MOSFET symbols. This particular figure shows the symbols for P-channel enhancement MOSFET. So here is the first figure of P-channel enhancement MOSFET, that is symbols of this P-channel enhancement MOSFET. This terminal is gate, this terminal is drain, this is the terminal which we call it as a source, and this is nothing but the substrate. So here is one more, that is this is the gate, this is the drain, and this is nothing but the source. So as far as the P-channel enhancement MOSFET is concerned, so we know that the enhancement MOSFET differs from the depletion type in that no continuous channel exists between the source and the drain, with the result that no current flows at zero gate voltage. The symbols broken channel, this one, represent this condition. As we know, a minimum or threshold gate voltage is required before the drain current will flow. So this is nothing but the symbol of P-channel enhancement MOSFET. Now here is the working of enhancement MOSFET. We will study how this enhancement MOSFET works. So this is the circuit diagram of an P-channel enhancement MOSFET, which is shown by this particular figure. Here substrate is generally kept grounded. The biasing of P-channel enhancement MOSFET is as shown by this particular figure. As the substrate is lightly doped, it is usually connected to the source. There are two PN junctions, source substrate and drain substrate. So when gate to source voltage is equal to 0 and drain to source voltage is increased, the drain will be at negative potential and drain channel PN junction is reverse bias. So basically here we will have to consider three cases for this particular working of enhancement MOSFET. So in first case, when gate to source voltage will be this is the gate to source voltage, this will be equal to 0. So what happens when gate to source voltage is 0? So when gate to source voltage is 0, that is gate is short circuited to the source, that is S, and the drain is at negative potential. This drain will be at negative potential with respect to the source. So it is found that this drain current will be equal to 0. That is, no current will be flowing between drain and the source. This is because the junction between this P-type drain and N-type substrate is reverse bias, and due to which a very small current, that is ID, will be flowing due to, that is, minority carriers. Now what happens when gate to source voltage, that is this gate to source voltage is negative? So when gate to source voltage is kept negative, that is potential with respect to the source, that is this gate will be at a negative potential with respect to this particular source, and the substrate is connected to this particular connected to source. So the gate layer will be negatively charged. This gate layer will be negatively charged here. These are the negative charges, so that an equal and opposite charges, that is positive charge, is induced at this particular surface of this particular n-type substrate, that is upper surface of this particular n-type substrate, due to the capacitor action. That is positive charge is induced in the channel just below this particular silicon dioxide layer. So this happens because the electric field terminating in the channel, and which pulls these positive charges, positive carriers, from the substrate close to the surface, to this particular surface. So the region between the drain and the source, now drain and this particular source, the region between the drain and source now contains sufficient number of holes, and an electric current, that is ID, now flows between the drain and this particular source. So larger and larger negative gate voltage attracts more number of holes near the surface, and this will enhance the current between this drain and source, between drain and this particular source. Therefore, as the negative value of gate to source voltage, that is gate to source voltage, therefore as the negative value of gate to source voltage is increased, drain current will also goes on increasing, will also go on increasing. Okay, so I will show you later on, or we are going to study about the transfer characteristics and the output characteristics of this particular enhancement MOSFET, so that you will understand how the drain current varies with the help of gate to source voltage, or how the drain current varies varied, or it gets very varied with the help of with respect to the drain to source voltage. So this is nothing but how the enhancement MOSFET works. Now we will discuss about the third case, when, that is, gate to source voltage is greater than threshold voltage and drain to source voltage is increased. Now what is threshold voltage? First of all, actually it is the lowest value of gate to source, this gate to source voltage. It is the lowest value of this gate to source voltage which the drain current enhances. That is what we call it as a threshold voltage, and which can be divided by denoted by Vt. T is the suffix. So the channel region is highly influenced by the transverse electric field which is produced by this particular gate to source voltage, and the shape of this particular channel changes with the drain to source voltage. Okay. So for example, when drain to source voltage is kept 0, the channel will be rectangular in shape and becomes wedge shaped when drain to source voltage is increased. When drain to source voltage is increased from 0, the magnitude of drain current, when drain to source voltage is increased from 0, the magnitude of drain current increases slowly at the beginning, and then what will happen? Beyond a certain value of drain to source voltage, so the drain current remains practically constant. Okay, so this is how this particular enhancement MOSFET works. So here we'll have to consider three cases, where we have already discussed the first case, that is when gate to source voltage is equal to 0 volt. In second case we have discussed when gate to source voltage is negative, and in third case we have discussed where this gate to source voltage is greater than threshold value and drain to source voltage is increased. So this is how the enhancement MOSFET exactly works. Now let us move on to the output characteristics. Now what is the output characteristics? It is the variation of drain current, or the variation of drain current ID to the drain to source voltage for various negative values of drain to source gives the output characteristics of enhancement MOSFET. So for that purpose you can look at this particular figure where on x-axis we have taken drain to source voltage, on y-axis we have taken drain current, and these are nothing but the different values of gate to source voltage. Okay, that means we are varying the drain to source voltage, and so that there will be a variation in drain current. But for that purpose we'll have to keep the gate to source voltage fixed. Okay, so this will give the output characteristics of enhancement MOSFET. The variation of drain current with drain to source voltage for various negative values of drain to source voltage are shown in this particular curve, and this is what we call, or it is called as output characteristic curve for P channel enhancement MOSFET. So here we will have to understand one thing, that when drain to source voltage, when we kept it 0, the channel will be rectangular shape and it will become wedge shape when drain to source voltage is increased. But when drain to source voltage is increased from 0, drain current increases slowly at the beginning, and then beyond a certain value, this drain to source voltage, beyond certain value of this drain to source voltage, the drain current practically remains constant. It remains constant. So this is how it remains constant for different values of gate to source voltage. So this is what we call it as a output characteristics, or you may call it as a drain characteristics of the P channel enhancement MOSFET. Now let us move on to the next one, and that is nothing but the transfer characteristics. Now what is the transfer characteristics? If you look at this particular figure, then you will find that on x-axis we have taken gate to source voltage, and on y-axis we have taken drain current. So the curve of drain current versus gate to source voltage, that is what we call it as a transfer characteristics. That means the variation of gate to source voltage with respect to the drain current. How the drain current varies with respect to gate to source voltage, that curve shows or gives the transfer characteristics of P channel enhancement MOSFET. This particular figure shows the transfer characteristics curve. The minimum negative value of gate voltage, the minimum negative value, see this is the negative and this is the positive value of gate to source voltage, and this is the minimum negative value of gate to source voltage where the drain current ID starts to flow, where it starts to flow. Okay, so this is called as a threshold voltage. This is what we call it as a threshold voltage for a given MOSFET, for a given MOSFET. Therefore, as when the gate G is at a negative potential with respect to the source, the region between the drain and the source now or will contain sufficient number of holes, and an electric current ID will flow between the drain and the source. So larger and larger negative gate voltage attracts more number of holes near the surface, and that will enhance the current between the drain and the source. So therefore, as the negative value of gate to source voltage, see, as the negative value of the gate to source voltage is increased, drain current increases. Drain current increases. So the curve, this is the curve of drain current versus gate to source voltage, is called as transfer characteristics curve for the enhancement MOSFET. Now, what is the depletion MOSFET? This is the second type of MOSFET, that is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor, and that is what we call it as a depletion MOSFET. So construction of n-channel depletion MOSFET. This figure shows The N-channel depletion MOSFET. The depletion MOSFET contains a channel between the drain and the source, with proper charge carriers, which allows some current to flow initially. So here this depletion MOSFET consists of a lightly doped this p-type substrate, that is p-type silicon. On the p-type substrate here, two heavily doped N regions are diffused. So this is one of the region and this is another region. So one of two regions is called as a drain. So this is the drain, and the other N region is called as the source. Between these two regions, a lightly doped N channel is formed by diffusion, which makes proper charge carrier available for the initial drain current to flow. So here is the typical sketch of N-channel enhancement MOSFET, which already we have discussed that it consists of a p-type silicon substrate and two heavily doped N regions which are diffused in this particular substrate. P-channel depletion MOSFET symbols. If you look at this particular figure, then this is the figure which shows the N-channel depletion MOSFET symbol. Here, this particular terminal is called as a gate. This another terminal is called as a drain. This is the one more terminal of this N-channel depletion MOSFET, that is nothing but the source. And then this is nothing but the substrate. There is one more figure here. This is the gray gate of this particular figure, that is a symbol, a depletion MOSFET. This is the drain terminal of this depletion MOSFET, and this is nothing but the source of this particular depletion MOSFET symbol. So this is the N-channel depletion MOSFET symbol, or this is how this depletion MOSFET is symbolized. Working of depletion MOSFET. In order to study the working of depletion MOSFET, the connections are made as shown by this particular figure. The biasing of N-channel depletion MOSFET is shown by this particular figure. As the substrate is lightly doped, it is usually connected to the source. There are two PN junctions, source substrate, the source substrate, and this drain to substrate. When gate to source voltage is equal to 0 and magnitude of drain to source voltage is increased, the drain will be at negative potential and drain channel PN junction is reverse bias. So in order to study the working of this particular depletion MOSFET, here also we will have to consider three cases. That is, first, when gate to source voltage is equal to 0. So when gate to source voltage is kept as 0, that is, the gate is shorted to the source, the drain D is at positive potential with respect to the source. So that majority charge carriers in N channel, that is electrons, flow from source to the drain through the N channel. The conventional drain current flows through the channel, that is from D drain to source. Since the gate is short circuited to the source and the gate is at negative potential with respect to the drain, hence positive charge consisting of holes is induced in the channel through the silicon dioxide of the gate channel capacitor. So this results a depletion of mobile electrons in the channel, which causes a depletion region in the channel. Now second case, when gate to source voltage is negative. When gate to source voltage is kept negative, that is, gate is at negative potential with respect to source, the depletion region further extends into the N channel region due to the capacitor action. This results into increase in thickness of the depletion region. And the third case, where when gate to source voltage is positive. So the gate is allowed to be made positive. This gate will be allowed to made positive. Under this condition, the negative charge is induced in the channel. This negative charge will be induced due to the capacitor action, and the population of charge carriers, that is electrons in the channel, due to capacitor action, the population of charge carriers, that is electrons in the channel, increases and thereby enhances the current flow. Hence the conductivity of channel increases with gate to source voltage, becoming more and more positive. Hence these characteristics curves lie above that gate to source voltage is equal to 0. Thus here we can understand one thing, that the depletion MOSFET device can be operated in depletion, that is by maintaining gate to source voltage, this gate to source voltage negative, as well as in enhancement, that is by maintaining this gate to source voltage positive mode. Hence the depletion MOSFET is also called as dual MOSFET or dual mode MOSFET. Output characteristics of this depletion MOSFET. Now what is the output characteristics? Here this particular figure shows the drain characteristics, or we can call it as output characteristics of this depletion MOSFET. It may be noted here that the depletion MOSFET can operate for both the gate voltages, that is positive as well as negative, just we have discussed in detail. Hence the depletion MOSFET is also called as a dual mode MOSFET, and because it operates in both the modes, that is enhancement mode as well as in depletion mode. So as far as the output characteristics of this particular depletion MOSFET is concerned, you can see it is the variation of drain to source voltage to the drain current. That means as we vary this particular drain to source voltage, accordingly there will be variation in drain current, where we will keep gate to source voltage a fixed value. For example, when gate to source voltage is kept, that is equal to 0, and when we vary this particular drain to source voltage, so up to certain voltage, that is this voltage, the drain current will be directly proportional to drain to source voltage, and if we increase further, then this particular drain current becomes constant. So this is the output characteristics, is nothing but the variation of drain to source voltage with respect to drain current. that is variation of drain current with respect to drain to source voltage by keeping gate source voltage fixed. Transfer characteristics. The transfer characteristics of depletion MOSFET is as shown in this particular figure. It is seen that the drain current is depleted, that is reduced, when the gate voltage is increased towards the negative side, and it will enhance, that is increased, when the gate voltage is increases towards the positive side. It again represents dual mode operation MOSFET. That means a transfer characteristic is a graph between input gate to source voltage, that is gate to source voltage, and the corresponding drain current, and the corresponding drain current, that is ID, for a constant value of drain to source voltage, that is VDS. So when the drain to source voltage is maintained at some positive potential with respect to source and gate to source voltage is varied, the variation of drain current, that is ID, with gate to source voltage is shown in this particular figure. The curve against ID and this particular gate to source voltage is called as transfer characteristics of depletion MOSFET. So here, as we have already discussed, that this particular depletion MOSFET is a device which can be operated in depletion mode as well as in enhancement mode. Hence, the depletion MOSFET is also called as a dual mode MOSFET. That means we can maintain the gate to source voltage negative as well as positive, and accordingly it will operate in depletion as well as enhancement MOSFET, that is mode. Now, what are the special features of MOSFET? MOSFET possesses almost all the advantages that JFET exhibits. In addition to those advantages, the most important is its very high input impedance. As we have already discussed, input impedance of JFET ranges from 100 mega ohm to 10,000 mega ohm. The MOSFET offers still higher input impedance, which ranges from 100 mega ohm to 10 raised to power 13 mega ohm. So this is also a very important feature, special feature of this particular MOSFET. Another notable special feature of MOSFET is the most simpler technology involved in manufacturing them in large scale. In MOSFET, conductivity of channel is controlled by the transverse electric field induced across silicon dioxide layer. In MOSFET, the gate leakage current is of the order of 10 raised to power minus 12 ampere, and therefore the input resistance of MOSFET is very high, of the order of 10 raised to power 10 ohm to 10 raised to power 15 ohm. The drain resistance of MOSFET is less than JFET. Depletion MOSFET may be operated in both the modes, that is enhancement mode and depletion mode. MOSFET requires a very careful handling because a small jerk or shock may rupture the ultra thin silicon dioxide layer between the channel and the gate. So these are some of the very important, or we can say the special features of this particular MOSFET. So this is all about this particular metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So that's it in this particular video. Thank you so much for listening this particular video. Thank you.